We are getting a unique perspective today of the complexity of a major crime investigation like the one still underway in Boston. NBC 25's Bill Harris joins us now in the studio with a retired Michigan State Police lieutenant who has been involved in several high-profile criminal investigations in his career. Bill?
Thank you, Brittany. Pat McGreevy worked for 30 years with the state police and, like rest of us, have been closely following the events in Boston this past week. Pat, let's begin with your experience with all these major cases you've worked on. The arrest has been made, but the real hard work is now just beginning, right?
Absolutely, Bill. Right now, the federal authorities, the Boston authorities, they're going to be sifting through mountains of information, cell phone records, flight records. They're going to be going through computers. They're going to be, in a sense, backing the train up to find out where did all these things begin to fall in place. So the real work is beginning right now.
You and I had this conversation. I know the answer, but I want our viewers to hear it. Were you surprised that they made the arrest in terms of being so quick?
No, actually I wasn't. With the enlisting the aid of the public was a brilliant move, and putting the pictures out there and locking down, in a sense, as best they could, that major metropolitan area. That worked to their credit because, as we saw in the Flint case, it was the one tip that came in from a lady looking in her backyard, said, hey, something doesn't look right. It was a brilliant move. In
the 30 seconds or less we have right now, that people are criticizing the fact that S2 escaped.
Yes. And having been in some of those, we say, fluid dynamic moments at the end of a chase, it's in the middle of the night, there's shots being fired, there's explosive devices being thrown, and in all that chaos and in all that excitement, if you will, the bad guy just ran off on foot, and it does happen quite frequently like that. So no, I don't think there's any criticism there. That was just a real tough situation to be in.
All right, 24 hours later, though, they got him.
Yes, they did. Great job.
Thank you very much. And while the marathon bombing is bringing once again heightened awareness to security at many public events, those responsible for developing a safety plan at one of Mid-Michigan's largest attractions say they've been prepared in the past. This year, it's going to be no exception.
No, Boston did not have to occur for us to be prepared for something like this.
This being one of the area's biggest summertime tourist attractions, Genesee County's Back to the Bricks event.
As that thing grew and grew, we had to ratchet up our operations plan each year to take into account more people, more threats.
Tom Osterholzer is the chief of Burton Police and for 2 years was the incident commander of the Back to the Bricks Law Enforcement Task Force, tasked with the enormous challenge of keeping tens of thousands of participants and spectators safe.
I would have to say, especially the last 2 years, as this task force that we police Back to the Bricks with has grown, there has been a lot of behind-the-scenes intervention that has prevented anything from escalating or even happening.
And Chief Osterholzer says this year will be no different.
Each year we've put new things in place that has really helped our success at preventing or intervening quickly into some situations before they could be escalated into big problems.
The 2013 Back to the Bricks runs from August 13th through the 17th. In Genesee County, Bill Harris, NBC 25 News.